The number one problem I see so much with people going through chronic fatigue syndrome and other associated illnesses is that they literally don't know what they need help with. And it's not their fault. Unfortunately, most of the time they go to a doctor who has 15-minute time slots. The doctor says, there's nothing we can do for you. We'll try these blood tests, but there's not much you can do. Go sleep, go eat, make sure you exercise. And it's just such a blanket umbrella conversation. And it leaves the person who's suffering totally confused, totally overwhelmed, and not knowing what to do. And the problem is, two things happen. One, the person resigns to the fact that there is nothing they can do, and they believe the opinion of one person or a couple of people. And so they resign to the fact that there's nothing that they can do. There's nothing in their control within the 24 hours that they have every single day. Nothing will help them. There's nothing I can do, right? And that person believes that, and so nothing happens. They don't actually make any changes, and they suffer. And then there's the other person who just brings to one of my clients, Lauren Giammarco, who was told the same thing. There's nothing you can do. She said, I'm not taking on just what one person said in a 15-minute appointment. There's got to be a way. And so 2 years later, that same girl who was suffering, who couldn't leave her house, who was totally struggling and housebound, is now hiking mountains, published her own book called The Unbecoming. Go check it out. We're not affiliated at all, but we just absolutely love Lauren. She was a member of ours for over 2 years, and she did the work. And so the thing is, you're right to a degree. You shouldn't go and run. You shouldn't go and push yourself. You shouldn't go and exercise if your body's not ready. You shouldn't just try and think more positively, because that actually is like lying to yourself, and that's not true too. And sleeping, well, if you sleep too much and you just rest all the time, that doesn't help either. So you are stuck. And so, the reason why I started Cephas Health in the first place is because I didn't want to let anyone else have to go through what I did when I was suffering. It was so extremely painful and hard and lonely and long. Here's the other thing. It's crazy. We put a post up on our Facebook page last week. One of our clients who has been sick for 20 plus years is leaving our program, and she's ready to fly because she's fully living again. She's integrating back into life, and she literally sent out an email, which we love, saying, I'm ready to fly. And so we posted that as an exciting thing, like, wow, how amazing, this lady has been ill for over 20 years and now she's leaving the program because she's better and she's just feeling so good. And people who aren't inside our program, or people who have resigned to the fact that they're waiting for a pill to fix them, get really funny about it. They don't like any success story, any inspiration. And they're like, oh, it might have just been a placebo. It might have just been a chance, a luck, a miracle. And it's like, no. If you actually see what these people do inside our program, and for the length that they do it for, the commitment that it takes, you wouldn't be saying that. And so it's really interesting to watch people either go, oh, that's just impossible, or, they mustn't have had it, even though, she was fully diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and a whole bunch of other things like most of our clients are. It just blows my mind. But again, it's not their fault, because they've been told initially that there's nothing you can do at all. But what if there is actually a lot of things you can do to help yourself? But again, it's not a pill. It's not a thing, a program, a someone. It's you. And that's just how it is. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you are in charge of you. No pill, no supplement is going to fix you or cure you. It takes a holistic approach. We've never met anyone in our program over the last 12 years that we've been running it for. Someone just goes, oh, it was just this one thing that got me better. It never is. It's always a holistic approach. And so you have to find the right pieces to the puzzle. Now, we have lots of great trainings on this stuff for you. The 3 stages of recovery is a fantastic free training that helps you identify where you're at, and based off where you're at, what you should do. Because in some certain stages, you shouldn't push yourself at all. I don't even like the word pushing. You should be doing what's appropriate for you and then building your capacity on that. In other stages, it is time to get out of that really heavy exhaustion state and get into the more tight and wide stage, which is stage 2. And so, depending on where you're at, it's going to be dependent on what you need to do. But the biggest problem is that you believe that there's nothing you can do, because that belief is then affecting how you show up every single day. What if you believe that there was something you could do, that it is possible to get better, just like Lauren Giamacco, just like Kathy, just like all the other people that are on our YouTube and not on our YouTube. Like, so many people stay anonymous because they just want to go and live their life. Who can blame them, right? So what if it is possible that you could get better? And how would having that belief help you? How would believing that it's possible for you help you? What would you do differently? How would you feel? And someone will go, oh, but Toby, you're just saying it's all in your head, it's mindset. No, CFS Health is the #1 resource in the world right now that actually says, no, what you're going through is 100% real and physical, but it's also affecting you emotionally. You can't deny that. And it's hard. What you're going through is extremely challenging and extremely hard. But we also know that how you show up really matters. And what you're doing day to day matters. We want to find the sweet spot. You don't want to do too much, but you certainly don't want to do too little either, because that's not helping you. And so, I would be watching that and looking at, well, what do I need help with? And so a question that I just said to someone on the phone, literally just before I had a conversation with this guy, and he applied for our program, and I said, what are you looking for? And he goes, I don't really know. Like, I'm not sleeping well, and I'm really got fatigue all the time, and I'm exhausted, and I've got anxiety, and I'm going to try this sleep thing, and then I'm going to do this. And I said, well, what do you feel like you need help with? Like, what is going to move the needle for you the most? Because if you don't know what you need help with, you're going to go around in circles for a long, long, long time. Just trying the next thing that pops up on the internet, the next thing that pops up. And it's not really going to help you at all. And so my suggestion to him, I said, what I want you to do is I want you to take 30 minutes out of your day over the next week, get a pen and paper, and write down what the problems that you're experiencing are. Write down, is it the sleep that's affecting your day? Is it your mood? Is it the way that you work? Is it your business that you're running not working for you? Is it your nutrition? Is it your gut health? Is it your mindset? Is it movement? You're not finding the balance? Is it pushing and crashing? Like, what is it for you? And then once you've done that, then you'll be able to identify what you need help with right now. The great news is, over time, that list is going to change as you start to achieve these things and move forwards. And so my suggestion to you as well, you need to start to really identify what is your sticking points. What are your stuck points? Because otherwise you're just going to go around in circles and circles and circles, throwing stuff at the problems that aren't going to fix anything. And so my suggestion to you is, like, literally just stop the search for a moment and start searching within. Start finding out, what is it that's actually holding me back? What is it that's keeping me stuck? And then go get mentoring and advice on that. Of course, you can do it for free. There's heaps of stuff on the internet. You can just literally Google anything. Or find an expert or a mentor who can help you, who's been through what you're going through, who understands it, and who's been out on the other end. One of the things that I must say to everybody watching this video is you have to have a comprehensive approach. It's never just one thing. So don't think if someone's like, oh, it's just this thing, just do this, or just take this, or it's not, it's gonna just bleed more disappointment into your life. So have a grounded approach, have a holistic approach, have a comprehensive approach, and start to move forwards. How CFS Health was built was because I had none of that, and it was all trial and error, and it was figuring it out, and it took a hell of a long time, and it was painful, it was lonely, it was suffering. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need to suffer. We've got clients in our program who are as young as 10 starting to get better. We've got grandmas in their 80s getting better. And we've got people who have really severe chronic fatigue syndrome and they're getting better. And then we have people who are mild, who aren't that bad, quote unquote, but are getting better. And so again, it's what they're focusing on as individuals, right? Their head is down, they're focused, and they're focusing on what they need and moving them forwards. And initially it's hard, you're not going to get results straight away. We had a client recently, Emily, just celebrated her 21st. The first time she got to go out to a nightclub and party with her friends. And that was a huge win for her, so she shared that in one of our coaching sessions with everybody else. And it was so amazing because 9 months before that, she could barely get out of bed. And she was in such a bad state emotionally and physically. It was really difficult for her. But kudos to her, she stuck through it. She made sure that she showed up and she got help, she got mentoring, and 9 months later, able to celebrate her 21st, which is just so awesome. You should have seen the smile on her face when we were on the group call, and go out to a nightclub and just have an amazing time. And so all of this is possible, but you have to do the right things at the right time. And everyone outside of it thinks, oh, it's a miracle, it's just luck. No, bullshit, it is not luck. Luck is labor under correct knowledge. It's what you do under the correct knowledge that matters. I've never met anyone who's like, oh, just woke up one day and totally fine. Unfortunately, chronic fatigue syndrome and recovery from these kind of conditions doesn't happen like that. You have to show up and you have to do the work. Is it easy? No. Is it simple? Most of the time it's really simple. A lot of the stuff that we teach is very simple. And they go, oh, it's simple, it's so easy. It's like, no, simple means it makes sense, right? What you are going through is extremely hard and challenging and very complex. And so you don't need to throw more complexity to something that actually needs to be broken down into simplicity, which will be way better for your nervous system, which will be way better for your brain and your body, so you can start to move forwards where you want to go. That's it. I'm going to leave some free resources, some trainings. Take it seriously. Some of this stuff is so valuable. I wish I had this when I was going through this. It would have been worth thousands of dollars, and we're giving it away for free. So go and check them out. They're really, really helpful. If you want more help, if you want to be like Emily, if you want to be like Lauren, and you want to just take action and you want actual proper guidance, and we can help you every single week, reach out, apply for the program. We'll have a chat, myself or my team, and we'll help you figure out what you need to focus on right now and what you need to do moving forwards. But it just really hurts me or frustrates me to see people just suffering by just like either resigning to the fact that there's nothing they can do or not knowing what they need help with. You're always going to go around in circles if you don't know what you need help with. That's the whole point, is getting unstuck and moving forwards. So I know this video might come across pretty straight and sharp. I'm not apologizing for it, because, you know, ultimately this will help someone watching this go, he's right, I need to do this. And if that's you, go for it. You've got all the answers you need within, you just need to apply it and do it. And of course, if you need support and help with that, we're happy to help you. So just fill out the application form, we'll have a chat. If you're a good fit, we'll talk about helping you even further. And of course, if now's not the right time, go and digest all the freaking amazing content that's already on here and all the free trainings. All the best for now. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.